Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Darkwing Dave back on the Dark Moon Kingdom for another episode of our World Tour series. And today we're going to check out this farm behind me. It's the gold farm that was built by a player on here by the name of Wacko Relic. And then I came by and helped him do a lot of little things around here. Modified the village. We put in this portal and a path going down that way. The portal goes back to our Nether hub, so folks can get over here if they're quite a ways. They can just go through the Nether hub network. Uh, we'll be getting to that tour at some point in the near future, but the Nether Hub, I'll let you know right now, it's kind of janky. It's not really great. It needs a lot of love. But anyway, um, this farm behind me, this gold farm, I don't recall years ago when Wacko built this who he said the tutorial was by. It might have been a Silent Whisperer build. You could check that channel. Just search YouTube for Bedrock Gold Farm, and you're going to find some things similar to this. There are 4 portals in that farm behind me, and currently we only have 2 of them in operation. Um, well, right now it's shut off, but normally we only run 2 of the portals because the 4 portal design just produces so many items. It's really tough to keep up with the item collection. So anyway, let's get to it. Let's get myself turned around here and head down. I've got some picks to repair, and we're going to head down here and check out this gold farm real quick. Now, if you've seen one gold farm, then you've probably seen them all, right? You've seen one of these, it produces zombie pigmen, they fall to their death, or you kill them in some way. In this case, we have a trident killer down here, and there are some hopper minecarts underneath that trident killer that will pick up all of the drops and take them down into storage, which you can access via this little staircase right here. So we'll be heading back down there in a moment. The first thing I want to do is just say that this is probably a video that the members of this realm will want to take a look at if they need to know how to run this farm. So just bear with me while I do a quick tutorial for the players. Thanks, and I appreciate it. As always, if you like the video, please remember to like and subscribe, and check out my playlist for the World Tour series and other videos coming soon. And let's get to it. So, first thing you're going to do with any of these Trident Killer farms, if you don't know already, maybe this will be a little educational for you. You want to jump in here, obviously, when the farm's not running, and grab the Trident. There's a Trident right here. It's connected to that piston. I just picked it up. We jump out of the water. Now we have some water in here. That's because our Trident is um, currently an Unbreaking 3, Impaling 5, and Mending 1. So typically, the Trident doesn't take too much damage while it's running, but over a long period of time, you will see the durability on the Trident decreasing. As you can see, the one in my hotbar here is getting pretty low. Now, all we got to do is just put another Trident in here and run the farm for a little bit. And with the mending on this Trident, we could heal it right up. But even if it gets all the way down to nothing, I've never seen one break in the farm. If it's down to its last little bit and you throw it in here at that piston, it might break it. But other than that, the mending can heal it right up. So we always have some tridents around. And with the Impaling 5 in the water, it allows it to do the maximum damage to the mobs as they're falling into this killer. So just a little bit of info there. But you throw the trident right into that piston right there. And so what's going to do is it's going to push it over here, and then this piston pushes it there, and that piston pushes it there, and around it goes. So when the mobs fall in, it gets hit by the trident, and the game thinks that you threw the trident because you did throw the trident. So it's going to kill the mobs. And let's go ahead and start this up. So to start the portals, we turn this lever right here. That's going to start the portals to blinking. You can see that the portals are going on and off. You can see pigmen dropping down in there. And here they are. They're starting to come down the tube. So we come over here. We turn on the trident killer. And we watch it. Starts going around and around. And there's the XP. I come over here. Put my pick in my hand that I want to repair. You can see that it's taking the XP and it's repairing it. I've also repaired what little damage was done to my armor first. It does that, and then it also distributes some of the XP to your item hand. So Now the next thing to do is just stand here and kind of AFK. We've got walls all the way around this village. It's well lit and you're covered from the sky, so no phantoms. So you can pretty much just stand here. You know, you could get up and go get a drink, do whatever you need to do, watch a little TV, whatever the case may be, and you just stand here and collect the XP. Now, while you're collecting XP, all their drops, the gold nuggets, the rotten flesh, the golden swords, all that sort of thing would be going down into the storage, which we can go collect after we're done getting our XP. Now, there would be a lot more XP if we had all 4 portals running, but with the amount of item drops that you get, it just clogs up the current collection system that's underneath this farm. And, you know, we tried to modify it. We overhauled it once at least and got it to pick up a lot more items than normal, but it can still clog up. So what we do is we stand here and heal up our tools, but if you're just going for gold or lots of XP, it's going to take a while. And so, I don't know, maybe every half hour you're going to want to shut this thing down and go downstairs and like clean out the chests and make sure that, you know, none of the hoppers and things are clogged up with anything. Just kind of have to clean it out. And half hour might be too long, I'm not sure. So I guess the moral of this story is if you're playing on this realm or another realm that has farms like this, you can always get your gold here, heal up some tools. But if you're looking for large amounts of XP, there's a lot more farms that do a better job at this. Now, one of the farms we have on this realm is the Guardian farm, and it creates a massive amount of XP really quickly. So if you're just going for XP, you need a lot of levels, you're doing some enchanting, you're renaming items and things like that, you're going to want to go to the Guardian farm and run it for the XP, AFK over there for a little while. But anyway, so I want to also show how we can collect everything out of the bottom. So I'm going to leave this running for now and just kind of go down here. Well, let's get down here. Down to the bottom. Like if we look right through here, you can kind of see the item collection thing here. Is distributing items into a water stream that carry it around over to the hopper that goes down into the sorters. We'll go down here and take a look at the sorters. So it's pretty rough down here, but it works, right? So we've got a small array of 1 wide tileable item sorters behind these chests right here. So if I come around here and hop up here, you can see them. So these are your typical Impulse SV item sorters with overflow protection. These have been around forever. They do work on Bedrock and Java. I know that Bedrock has a little bit of an issue with these at sometimes. I haven't seen a lot of problems with these myself, and I've been using them all over the base, but you know, your mileage may vary with these things. Silent Whisperer has a lot of different designs, and he plays on Bedrock, so he might have something a little bit more efficient, but these were simple enough to build, and they work for the most part. Sometimes these hoppers fill up completely because of the amount of items coming in, especially if you run all 4 portals. And so if the item, you know, just dumps in here up to 64, then the hopper can go into cooldown. So even after some of it drains out, you got more items flowing in, the hopper won't necessarily take them in. So we did do a few extra item sorters in here that are kind of duplicated. So I'm just going through the filters so you can see. Now here's some more gold nuggets. The first one was nuggets, now this one's nuggets. And more ingots and more flesh. So we kind of doubled up. So if any of these go into cooldown, the item passes over in this hopper line up here and it will drop down into these other item filters. So I do have another contraption here if you're interested. This is a non-stackable item filter sorter thing, whatever you want to call it. I kind of tend to say item filter or item sorter interchangeably. It's a little different. But I think you get the idea. So whereas these over here have stackable items, this one right here would not. It actually just detects an item that outputs a full signal strength of 15, I believe, and then it activates and unlocks the hopper, allowing the item to fall down in here. Now, what is that, you might ask? That would be the swords that are coming from the pigmen. So these are a non-stackable item, and it's doing its best to pull the swords out of the item stream as they come through on their way to the item sorters, so that way hopefully we're only sorting out the stackable items over here. If anything gets through, we were putting them into this overflow chest, and at some point we just went ahead and connected the item flow on across. So if it's not a stackable item, it doesn't go into any of these chests. It's probably a sword, and it's going to go straight across and it's going to drop down into here. Now there's also a water conveyor up here that's flowing in from that wall on top of this hopper, and that's just directly from the swords that fall down into this thing, go through that water, they go back around the back inside the wall there, they go up a little water elevator and get pushed over on top of that hopper. So one way or another, the swords are either going to go around the whole sorting system and come out over here, or the swords will get slipped through and they're going to go across here. They're not going to fall into any of these chests, and they're going to drop into this thing as well. Now what happens over here is this contraption that Wacko built is just cooking swords. So if we look in here, there's nothing in that one at the moment. It's just waiting on the swords. But we do have some ovens back here as well. There's a sword getting cooked. And what happens is it turns into a gold nugget, then it gets pulled out of the furnace and drops down into the chest down here. So if we look down here, these are all melted swords. melted, something like that. But anyway, so we got gold in there, and we have gold in these chests here. So as the machine runs, you're going to get gold drops. You know, we've got some other things, ingots. There's some flesh in one of these boxes. Thought it was this one. Yeah, it's this one. So as this one fills up, you can take the rotten flesh. You can go visit one of the 3 different villager trading halls on the server and trade your flesh for emeralds if you like. So I'm just going to come back up here. I'm going to collect my XP, see if I can fix my stuff. Whoop, that fixed quick. Let's look at that pick go. Come on. Well, it healed the last one super fast, and then what little's left here is trickling in. I got to fix that one as well. But I'm probably going to do the rest of the repairs off camera. I also have a box that has some tools in it that need to be fixed as well. So I'm going to go ahead and get to that. But I think that's going to be all for this tutorial / world tour on how to use this gold farm. So at the very end, what you want to do is you want to turn off the portals. So that way they're not blinking anymore. You're going to let the rest of the pigmen funnel down. And they're going to fall all the way down the tube and they're going to die. Also, if you're not fixing any tools, you can hold your looting 3 sword while you're here, and it gives that trident the looting 3 effect while it's running, so you get even more loot, more swords, and all that stuff to cook up. But little tip I forgot to mention, once the pigmen all fall down here, you can turn off the trident killer. And I said that was the end of the video, but I lied. I forgot. We needed to show you how to turn this thing off. If you're still watching, I really appreciate it. You're probably a player on this realm, so I do appreciate you watching this. So I'm going to shut this off now since there are no more zombies falling down. I don't think those are zombies way up there. All right, so now it's turned off, and that's what we want to make sure we do every time we get done using this farm. We want to shut down the portal ticker, and then we want to make sure we turn off this trident killer after each use. You don't have to worry about the trident, just leave it in there. The next person will come over here and they can rethrow the trident in there and then get all their XP and gold if they need to. So last but not least, then you would go downstairs and pick up all your gold out of the chests and any flesh that you want. Just kind of clean it out and make sure that it's good to go. There is one last thing we can go over real quick. This is required for the operation of the farm. So what we're going to do is we're going to climb all the way up here. And I prefer to have the whole farm turned off when you do this. Now you can do this before you run it, or you can do it after you run it. It's just a preference. Sometimes I like to look before I run it, so then when I look after I run it, I know how much I've used. So each one of these portals requires flint and steel in order to turn the portal on, and then it uses a water dispenser to turn the portal off, that one down there. But this one, it would dispense the flint and steel, which just gives it a spark and lights the portal. And then a moment later, the clock then tells the other dispenser to dispense a water bucket momentarily, which puts out the portal and turns it off. Now, the blinking action of the portal going on and off will cause the game to generate these zombie pigmen. So these are the two portals that we normally use, this one and this one. So then this double chest and this double chest are the ones that supply these two portals with flint and steel. And you can see that these boxes are a little more than half empty. So what we could do to help everyone out is, if you notice it's empty, and you come over here to this crafting table in this box, and we try to keep flint and iron in here. If you have extra flint and extra iron, you find yourself using this farm a lot, feel free to donate to this. Please do. If you play on this realm, if you play on someone else's realm and you're using a community farm, try to help out. Like if you're using the farm a lot, get over there and donate some materials. And we all chip in and do our part to help with these builds and help maintain and operate these devices. So you would just come in here and grab a little bit of flint, grab some of these iron ingots right here. You go to the crafting table. I mean, this is super easy. So you just want to load that into the crafting table and then just shift click that. If you're on a computer, you can shift click. You're going to get some flint and steels. Now that stuff drops over there to underneath the crafting table because I had no more room in my inventory, and that's okay. I come over here, I load up the chest with flint and steel, and then I can just turn around and pick up those leftovers, this, and make some more. And I'll just rinse and repeat until both of these two chests over here are full. So this one and this one. And don't fall off right there. This glass is kind of hard to see. Now, if you look at this one, it's empty because that portal and that portal back there behind this crafting table, these are not in operation. If you were to put flint and steel in these, I believe they would turn on. They are wired up. They would run, but we just keep them empty so they don't run. I may put some signs over here for do not fill on those chests, but you'll have to give me some time to get to that if you play on here. Watch the video, look at the farm. It's these front two here nearest that portal from the nether hub over there. These front two are the ones you fill up. Just wanted to see how many more I need to make real quick here. At least another good chunk. So let's chuck these in here. And this will keep the farm running. So when people come over and turn it on and they just need to heal some items real quick, it'll just work. If we all do our part to keep it full and to donate any extra gravel and flint we might have, if based on our own personal usage of the farm, and I'll let you decide how you want to do that. I'm gonna throw the extra flint and steels in there. I'm gonna fly back down here. You could use the scaffolding to get back down if you need to. There is a box right down here for donations. So people are donating gravel, they're donating some flint, a couple extra tridents have been thrown in here. You can also use one of these extra tridents if you need to put it into the trident killer and take that trident out of it that's in there just to heal it up. Because the one that's in there has the mending enchantment. You can heal it up using XP and then put it back in there and then take the regular trident like these that don't have any enchants and put them back in this box over here. And now we're done. We're done with this tour of the gold farm that we have on our realm, and I appreciate if you are still here. Again, if you like these videos, you like this kind of content, maybe not this video so much because of what it was, and it's just a simple gold farm, but I really wanted to make the video to help out the other players on this realm, and you know who you are. So it fits both, both categories. It's a player tutorial and it is a world tour video of Wacko's Gold Farm. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and take off for now, but you guys have a great day and I'll see you next time.